They marched through downtown Manhattan and over Brooklyn Bridge, calling on US President Joe Biden to declare a climate emergency. These young people were part of Fridays for Future, an international movement of students striking to bring awareness about climate change. It was set up in 2018 by Greta Thunberg, who was 15 at the time. And now it's been carried forward by young activists around the world. Now, this past week, we also saw a very different approach to tackling climate change here in New York City. It was the first ever United Nations Sustainability Week, aimed at shining light on some of the biggest global development challenges of our time. It was hosted by the President of the General Assembly, and leaders said world events like the COVID-19 pandemic and geopolitical tensions had derailed the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. This week was designed to get things back on track. On the agenda was a discussion on debt with a push to reform the global financial system. Sustainable tourism was also a theme. The sector employs 1 in every 10 people around the world. The majority are women.
The difference between 2022 and now is significant. Our sector has bounced back from the biggest crisis in its history. Last year, international arrivals recovered almost 90% of pre-pandemic levels. We now expect full recovery by the end of this year.
Transport was also on the agenda, with calls for nations to find innovative and environmentally friendlier modes of getting around.
Increasing efficiency, reducing fossil fuel use, and investing in public transport must be at the top of our transport actions.
But the UN warns it faces an estimated financing gap of up to $4 trillion annually to reach its sustainable development goals by 2030. And leaders say it's up to richer nations to lead the way to a more sustainable world. Sally Patterson, CNA, New York.